The objective of this class is to enable reading of the shlok and to understand the meaning of the shlok and to help understand the basic philosophy of Gita. Yeah, so that's the objective of the class. Now, what I have done today is I am trying to summarize, from the first chapter that we have learned till now. And as there are a lot of new people on the online also, so I thought of just giving a brief overview what we have done till now, and then we go into detail discussion. Yeah. So what we have done is in chapter 1, we saw that, the Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjay as what is happening in the battlefield. He's asking what is happening in the battlefield, and both the armies, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, they are actually there in the Kurukshetra, ready for fighting. And at that point of time, Duryodhana has already surveyed the army of Kauravas, and now Arjun asked Krishna that I would like to see who all are there with whom I'm going to fight today. And what Krishna does, very strategically, he takes the chariot and puts it in front of Bhishma and Drona, in front of Bhishma and Drona. And now looking at Bhishma and Drona, what happens is Arjun, who was all ready to fight, and he was now going to see with whom he is fighting, he actually lost his composure. Yeah. And at that point of time, as Arjun saw Bhishma and Drona, what happened? He got into compassion, and he was totally confused. So there are 4 dilemmas that was talked about in the first chapter of Gita, and in the end, Arjun said, "I'm not going to fight." Right. So the 4 dilemmas that was discussed in chapter 1 first is compassion, and he started lamenting due to this compassion. Then second thing was, I will not have any enjoyment if I kill all my, all the people. There were 5 generations of people who were standing there. And he said, if I kill and everyone will die, then with whom I'll enjoy? For enjoyment also you need people, right? So that was his second problem. Third was, he thought if he's going to kill everyone, Bhishma, Drona, everyone will be dead as soon as he starts fighting. What will happen? He will have sinful reaction. And he was thinking about the repercussion of that and said, no, I know that they are Aditayana, they are aggressors, but I will not fight. He refuses to fight. And then what happened is, the last one he said is, 5 generations of people people are standing here. All my relatives, everyone is here. All my friends, everyone is here. And if I fight and I kill, then what will happen? The entire family traditions will go for a toss. Yeah, because right from elders to the junior most, everyone is there in the battlefield. Yeah. So his 4th problem was destruction of the family traditions. If there are no elders in the family, then who will actually guide what the traditions are and how to take it forward? So that was his 4th dilemma. And then in the 5th chapter also, we continued from shlok number 1 to 10, and he was finally confused. And he was not able to make a decision. He said, I don't know if I fight whether I will win or I'm going to lose. Yeah. So these were the condition in which Arjun was, and he refused to fight. But one good thing that he did was, till now, he was treating Krishna as his friend, and he was discussing with Krishna. Now, in the 7th shlok of 2nd chapter, what he did was, he surrendered to Krishna. And he said, I'm totally confused. My mind is totally bewildered. I don't know what to do. But the only thing I know is, I'm completely surrendering myself to you. Please guide me. Krishna, who was till now was behaving like a friend, took the role of a guru. At that point of time, Krishna took the role of a guru, and then he started. So first thing is, if you want to understand Bhagavad Gita, anyone, you have to be surrendered to Krishna. If you are looking in any other way, it is very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, if you're challenging. Yeah. Now, the problem, Arjun was facing the ethical dilemma because of his role, he's a Kshatriya. And as a Kshatriya, he's supposed to, protect his countrymen. But he's also the hero of his family. He's the hero of his family. And as a family, he can't kill people. So this was the ethical dilemma that Arjun was. Arjun was not, weak or anything. He was a great warrior, but this was the ethical dilemma he was facing. Yeah. And finally, he surrendered to Krishna. And let's see what happened. So now the second chapter started with Arjun surrendering to Krishna, and then Krishna as a guru taking control and answering to each of the dilemma that Arjun was in. Okay, so the first dilemma he was in was compassion, and he started lamenting. Yeah, he started lamenting. Now, the first set of from that we did was from shlok number 11 to shlok number 30 is called Gyan Yoga. It's called Gyan Yoga or Sankhya Yoga. Yeah, and that answers the first dilemma that Arjun was facing, which is compassion. Yeah. And that is he was lamenting due to compassion. That was the first dilemma. So what I'll do is I will quickly summarize what we learned in the Gyan Yoga. What's very, very important to understand that. So what we learned in the Gyan Yoga, what Krishna explained is that we are not this body. Yeah, body is temporary. We are actually the soul. We are actually the soul. And what this soul is actually a part and parcel of Krishna. It's a part of Krishna. Soul is a part of Krishna, and that is what is the stage of soul? It has to get liberated. What should happen to that is the journey of the soul. Yeah, that is the journey of the soul. But still, we are here. Why are we here? Because we were with Krishna, but we wanted to enjoy away from Krishna. We wanted to enjoy. We had a desire to go and enjoy. So he had sent us to this material world in which we are. Yeah, this is the material world in which we are, and this material world he sent us to here so that we can fulfill our desire. We can fulfill our desire. Yeah, but this material world is a dukhale ashashvatam. It's a full of miseries and it is temporary. Yeah, so let's go back to Gyan Yoga. Body is temporary and soul is eternal. The final destination is it has to get liberated. Right now, just like body is temporary. So when we take that body and what happens? The soul, it wears the body. Just like, our dresses get old and we change our dresses, right? Similarly, the soul takes the body. Yeah. And when this body becomes old, yeah, what happens? It leaves the body and takes up another body. And that is how the soul travels. Yeah. Now, just like the body is temporary, the relations that we establish during we take this body is also temporary. It's also temporary. And we talked about just like, in the river is flowing and their straws, they come together in the river, they flow together for some time. And after that, what happens? They separate out. Right? Similarly, the relations that we have in this life are also goes with body. And finally, yeah, it is temporary, right? Then we talked about that the soul, that when it moves, it is covered by the gross body and the subtle body. The gross body is made up of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And when our body is burnt, it also goes. But the subtle body, which is mind, intelligence, and ego, that goes along with us. That goes along with the soul till the soul gets liberated. Till the soul gets liberated, it goes back, right? Then let's see the next slide. Yeah, then what happened is we talked about this. Then, so this human life that we have is very, very rare. Why? Because this is the only life, and only in the form of human, we can actually revive the lost relationship with Krishna. This is the only form. It's only in the human form it's possible to revive the lost relationship with Krishna, and we can get liberated. Otherwise, if we don't use this life properly, we can also, take birth into a lower yoni. Yeah. And then if we are born into an animal yoni, we won't have a chance to come up, right? So this is the only human life is the most precious life, because we have to use this life very, very judiciously so that we can get liberated. And this is what we learned in Gyan Yoga, that we are not this body, but the soul. And that was the answer to Arjun's first question on compassion. He was saying, why are you crying? Why are you crying? Finally, all of us are soul. And it is not that today it's there. It was there yesterday, it is there today, and it will remain tomorrow. Tomorrow also it's going to be there. Yeah. So that was there. Then second dilemma that he was facing was, how will I enjoy? Yeah, what is my duty? We finally ask, what should I do? Yeah, so how will I enjoy? So now Krishna talks about the second part, that is from shlok number 30 to shlok number 37. He talks about Sakam Karma Yoga. Yeah, Sakam Karma Yoga is Karma Yoga, do your activity, but it's with fruitive action. You expect the result and you want to enjoy the result. That is Sakam Karma Yoga, or it's called Karma Kand. It is called Karma Kand. It is not yoga. It is Sakam Karma, or it is called Karma Kand. Yeah. So here what we learned is Krishna says you have to do your duty. We all are soul, and then you have to do your duty. And then he talked about destination. When you do your duty, what will happen? You will achieve higher planets. If you don't do your duty, you will achieve sin. So you have to do your duty. And if you're not going to do your duty, you are going to be, you will get sin, then you'll get infamy. Like everyone will talk, your reputation as a great warrior will be lost. Everyone will actually criticize you, and they will actually say, the high esteem that you have gained, everything will get lost. Yeah. And for a respectable person, death is better than dishonor. Death is better than dishonor. And then he finally ended the Sakam Karma, talking about that you have to fight. Why are you worried? If you die, anyway, you will get Swarga. If you die, you will achieve Swarga. And if you don't die, if you are still alive, then what will happen? You will actually enjoy the entire world. You'll be the king of the earth. Then why are you worried? So you must take up your duty and fight. Yeah. So this is what happened in the second. That is how he explained about enjoyment. That it's not enjoyment. You have to do your duty. More than enjoyment, it is important for you to do your duty as per the Varnashram Dharma. Then from there we move to Nishkam Karma Yoga. That was from 38th chapter 1 onwards, and we covered till shlok number 46. We covered till that, and the answers to that was answer to the third dilemma, which is sinful reaction. Yeah, Arjun was thinking, I will get sinful reaction. So Krishna said that you have to engage in Buddhi Yoga. You have to engage in Buddhi Yoga, and he said that you have to do. Yoga is basically, what is the meaning of the word yoga? Yoga means connection to God. Yoga means connection to God. You have to do you have to connect to God, and you have to do your duty without expectation. Yeah. And then he talked about even a small endeavor in this path, the dharma, the prayers that you do, the karma that you follow, what will happen? Even a small endeavor in this path will actually save you from a great danger. Yeah, from the great danger. And what is the great danger? Because he talked about that this human life that you have got is very, very precious. It is meant for God realization. And if you are going to waste this life in sense gratification and material enjoyment, then what will happen? You will actually get degraded from human life. You will get born into an animal life. And when you are in animal or lower species, it could be animal, insects, whatever, what will happen? You will not have the chance, you will not have the consciousness to think about God, and you don't know how many millions years it will take for you to come up. So please don't waste this life, and do move forward in the spiritual, in the spiritual direction. Yeah. Then he talked about you have Sayatmika Buddhi. It's only people who are focused, who are single pointed focused, can actually attain Krishna. Then he talked about Vedas. He said that in Vedas, normally people get attracted to the Karma Kand of the Vedas. Vedas has multiple kands, right? The Karma Kand is the first part where it talks about the fruitive activity. You do this and you will get this result. You do this, you get this results. So he talked about if you get engaged in those parts of the, normally what happens, people do those and get, they do and they get the fruits of that. So they again do the next, whatever is written as a action in Veda, and then they get entangled in the whole this process and they don't move forward. Whereas in Vedas also, when you go move forward, with the Upanishad part of that talks about transcendental, rather the Gita is also Gita Upanishad, what we are reading, right? So people normally get entangled in the Karma Kand, and what happens is then they get into the cycle of, continue the cycle of birth and death. They don't get, they get attached to the flowery words of Vedas. Yeah. And then we said that, People who are not resolute in their determination. So if suppose you're resolute, then only you can move forward in your spiritual direction. If not, then what will happen? You will get attracted to bhog and aishwarya. And the people who are attracted to bhog, that is the sense enjoyment, and aishwarya, and what will happen? They will not have the mindset to move forward, and they will not be able to move forward in the spiritual life, right? And then Krishna says that the purpose of Vedas is to know Krishna. Yeah. And then we move to the next shlok number 47, the very famous shlok in of Gita. So let's start. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhu ma te sangostav karmani karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhu ma te sangostava karmani. Rupa. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhu ma te sangostav karmani. So let's read the meaning of it. Karmanyevadikaraste. Let's understand the meaning. Karmanye adhikaraste. So you have the right. Adhikar is right. Adhikar is right. And karmanye is karma. So you have the right to perform your duty, right? And normally people just get stuck here. Karmanyevadikaraste, and everyone state this one and thinks that, it's our duty to keep on working. That is the normal thought. So karmanyevadikaraste, it's a right for you to work. For ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma is never. Ma is not in Sanskrit. Phaleshu is the result. Kadachan is at any time. At any time, you are not entitled for the results. You should not enjoy the results. It's not for you. So only what is your right? Karmanyevadikaraste. You have the right to perform your duty. Ma phaleshu kadachana. But you are not entitled to the fruits of it. Ma karma phal heturbhu. Ma is again never. Karma phal is result. Hetur is cause. Never think yourself to be the cause of the result. Never think yourself to be the cause of result. You have done some work, you would have got result, and if you think that you are the cause of that result, so never think you as the cause of the result. Ma te sangostava karmani. Ma, never te sang. Sang means attachment. Sang is attachment. A karmani is inaction, and never get attached to inaction. Okay, so now let's read the meaning of it. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities, and never be attached to not doing your duty. Right? So now let's look into what Krishna is trying to say. Karmanyevadikaraste, you have the right to perform your duty. Ma phaleshu kadachana, you don't have rights to enjoy the results of it. Ma karma phal heturbhu, never consider yourself to be the cause of the results of the activity. Ma te sangostava karmani, and never be attached to not doing your duty. Now, Karmanyevadikara. So now let's look at what Krishna explains here. So the karma of three types. The karma of three types. You have your prescribed duty. Karma, when you say karma, that is your prescribed duty. Whatever you are, as per your varnashram dharma that we explained, what you're supposed to do becomes your prescribed duty. Then you have vikarma. Vikarma is those duties which you are not authorized to do, which is not as per the Shastra. That becomes your vikarma. And akarma. Akarma is inaction. And now akarma, later we'll see some other meaning, but here it's talking about inaction, right? Akarma. So this is the three things. Now, in this material, normally what happens, we take this slow karmani valika raste, and what happens, everyone is trying hard to work, right? So in this material world, what happens, everyone is trying their hard to work and achieve the results. That is what is happening anywhere around that you today, right? So this material world, our Acharya says, they have defined this as a pavarga. They have defined this as a pavarga. What is pavarga? We know, we have read Hindi and all. So we have ka, kha, ga, gha, anga. So that's called ka varga. Yeah. Then cha, cha, ja, ja, no is cha, cha varga. So ta, ta, da, da, no is ta. So pa, pha, ba, bha, ma is pavarga. It is pavarga. Now, pa means, from pa we say parishram. In this material world, pa is parishram. You have to do lots and lots of hard work. Yeah, it is, you have to do a lot of hard work. You have to do hard work till when? Till pha. Pha is fain. You know what is fain? Foam. Till foam comes out of your mouth. Yeah. So you are going to work so hard that you are totally, foam comes out from your heart, you know, it means that you are totally, I'm done. Yeah. I can't do much. Yeah. So this is pipa varga. Pipa is parishram. You're going to do so much hard work till her. That is, the pain comes out, the foam comes out for your mouth. Yeah. Then it talks about ba. Pa, pa, ba. And what will happen? This hard work is going to put you into bandhan. Ba is bandhan. Bandhan is, you will get into bandhan. Yeah. It will get entangled. You'll get attached. Bandhan. So think about what happens. We work very hard. Yeah, when we work very hard, we get a lot of money. That's what is happening. The more hard you work, you get more money in general. Yeah. So then what happens? Because we get more money, we get into a bandhan, in the sense, see, when you have less money, we used to travel in train. Yeah. Or we will go for a vacation nearby. Yeah, whatever is our capacity. Now I have worked so hard, so I've got some money. So what I'll do, I will, instead of train, I'll start using plane. Yeah, I'll start using plane. Instead of vacation somewhere close by, I want to go abroad. I don't want to go here. I want to go abroad. Yeah, for vacation. So what is happening? You're needing more money, right? Now, now you have raised your standard. Yeah, and your society, you know, people are also seeing that yourself, you feel happy. I've raised my standard, you know, standard of living has been raised. So what you're doing is, now because you have been traveling by plane, you will feel shy to go and again travel in train. Yeah, so you will work harder so that you get more money and you can continue with your standard that you have set. Yeah, and today you had gone, to a nearby place for vacation. Your friend has gone to some other long distance, other place. You want to go there. You want more money. Right? So what is happening? You are actually, by all the hard work you are doing, you are getting a lot of money, and you are actually getting into, and you are entangling yourself into bandhan. You are entangling yourself into which is, it will always, you'll try to keep on increasing your standard. You will not, because you are in a rat race. It's a mental race that you want to be better, right? Then what happens? Now you're in bandhan. So pa, pha, ba, bha. Bha is fear. Bhay. Bha is bhay. So now you have got so much money, you have put your standard, so you are in fear. What you are in fear? If you have a lot of property, you want to save it. If you have a lot of money, you are in fear of losing it. So you are going to look for protecting it. Or if you have raised your standard, then you are trying to maintain it. So you are in fear of losing it. Yeah, and you're constantly trying to maintain that standard. And then more will come, right? And after bha, it is ma, pa, pha, bha, ba, ma. And till when are you going to be in this fear? Till mrityu. Till ma, mrityu, you're gone. So what did you do in your life? You actually only worked. And if you look around, that's how our life has become today. If you look around, especially, that's what we do. We just keep on working. We get money, and then we go to this vacation, that vacation, here, there. We spend that, and then we are, if we save this 1 car, 2 car, 3 car, this house, that house. That's what is there, right? And this becomes, and then we die. This is our life, right? Does it mean we should not do that? As a student, if think about a student has to work hard. It has to work hard, right? People have to work hard. They have to do your duty. Whatever duty you are in, you have to do your duty. But think about that. It is not only, life is not only meant for this. The main purpose of the life is God realization. What is the main goal of your life? Is God realization. Why? Because we are soul. We are only thinking ourselves as a body and looking at the enjoyment of the body, spending all the money to buy clothes, buying this and that. But then what is that? What really matters is your soul. We don't have time. We are so much busy with all other things that we don't have time to look at the soul. So we are wasting the human life and the not able to spend our life into the most important thing, which is God realization. Now, the thing is, if you don't have time for God, God will not have time for you when you need him, right? If you don't have time to take care of God or spend time with God, when you actually need God, whenever we are enjoying anything, when we are in trouble, what do we say? Oh God. So Krishna, there's a shlok in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. There's a shlok which says, Ye yatha ma prabadyante tam sathi bhajame ham. Ye yatha ma prabadyante. Prabadyante is surrender. As you surrender unto me, I reward you accordingly. The way you will surrender, how much you surrender, I will accordingly reward you. And he also says in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he says, I envy no one, neither I am partial to anyone. Yeah, I'm a friend of all. But the thing is, those who serve me, I take care of them. Very natural, because he knows that you have time to spend for that. So he will still spend time for you. But if you are spending your whole life, working, having fun and all, no time for God, when you need God, God will not help you. It's as simple as that, right? So that's what Krishna says. Now, there's a story about a washerman. Yeah, so a washerman had a donkey. Yeah, now he used to really put lots and lots and lots and lots of load on the donkey. Yeah, and but still he used to do, foam used to come from his mouth, but still he used to be always with this washerman. So one day this donkey was going with the washerman. He was standing next to the river, and the donkey used to always watch this donkey, saw him and came to him. He said, why are you in this condition? There are so many grasses around. Why don't you move and eat those grasses? Why do you have to, be with this washerman? He says, no. I cannot do that. The donkey said. He said, why? He says, this very, very important thing. I'll share the secret. I have to be with this master and work for him. He said, why? He says, one day, the washerman, he had a beautiful daughter. He has a beautiful daughter. And one day, the washerman was eating the food made by that daughter. Probably salt was more in that food. So he told that if you don't cook properly, next time I'll get married you to this donkey. So I'm waiting. One day he'll get me married to this donkey. Yeah. And with that carrot, he continues to work for this master washerman, right? All of us are in the same condition. Look our life. We are actually in the same condition. We are given carrot in office. You work hard, you'll get promotion. Okay, and all the vital energy are taken out from you. Yeah, you are struggling, doing to perform. This happens, those happen, this race, that company, this company. What happened? We are keeping on doing it. Right? We do on. It's not that it's wrong, but the thing is, balance is important. So what is happening? It's a realization. Just see, this is what is happening, and we keep on running. One car, two car, one house, two house. It never ends. It'll end when you are dying. With the, we don't know when we are going to die actually. We can just die anytime, right? We have wasted our human life. Yeah. So what happens is, someone will say, okay, but finally what the thing is, it is God who is going to be of your help, is going to be with you when you need. Yeah. So don't waste your time. Plan it. Our life is work. The prescribed duty is not only hard working, but a balance of hard work, spiritual realization. That is the spiritual journey. That's the most important thing for our soul. And that's what we should do. We should spend good amount of time doing that so that we are liberated and we don't get, at the end, we should not fall down into a lower yoni, into a lower species. Got it? So that is what. So karmanyevadhikaraste, we must work hard. That's fine. But we should know how much and what are the other things we are supposed to do and how do we manage it. Yeah. So always remember, the most important thing is your spiritual journey. Yeah. Not that, you should not. That is the most important thing, because that is what is going to help you and take you forward in your life. Now, karmaniyavadhikaraste, we talked about ma phaleshu kadachana. You are not entitled for the. So basically, Krishna is saying, be detached. Be detached to the results of the activity that you have done. Yeah. Ma phaleshu kadachana, be detached to the. You're not entitled for the results. Ma karmphal heturbhu. Now, you're not the cause. Why is he saying so? So, if you're attached, the way we saw in the first thing, if you're attached, what will happen? You will get fruitive. If you're attached to the results, you are going to get, we talked about the karmic action, we got to talk about the actions and reactions. You are going to get the reactions of the work that you're doing. And when you're getting the reactions of work you're doing, what you're having, you're getting more and more entangled in this material world. And when you're getting more and more entangled in this material, what is happening? You are getting entangled into the birth and death cycle. In the sansar cycle, in the birth and death cycle, you are getting entangled, right? But what is our goal? To get ourselves liberated from this cycle of birth and death. Yeah. So if you think that if you're going to enjoy the fruits of your activity and you think you are the cause of this one, what will happen? You are going to get entangled. So be detached to the fruits. Be detached to the fruits and don't consider yourself to be the cause of the results. Yeah. Don't consider yourself, because you are not the cause. Whatever happens, you are not, whatever result you get, you are not the only person because of which the results happen. There are so many factors that actually contribute to the result that is happening. There are multiple factors that happens because of which what you get the result, which we don't even recognize. For example, let's talk about a cricket, the game that's happening. And the batsman, we need the 6 runs. And the batsman has given the chakka. Yeah. Do you think that, it was only because of him the entire team won? There would have been so many other factors. At that point of time, how the bowler would have bowled the ball, how the fielders had done it. So there are so many factors. Think about a farmer. Yeah. What he does, he actually, for growing the crop, he will sow the seed. And we don't know. There are so many factors. It will depend whether the crop will come or not, whether the rain comes on time, whether how the weather is, right? So the result actually whatever result we get is not because of you. There are so many factors that your karma, you may have done the best, but maybe this is not your destiny. There's something better for you. We don't know. So never get attached to the result and never think yourself to be the cause, because there's so many other factors that influence the final result. If you learn that, you'll be at peace, because I know it's not because of me. There's so many things happening, but does it mean that, when I know the result, I should be detached to the fruits, to the results, and I should be and I should not consider myself the cause? Then does it mean, then why should I work? Does it mean inaction? Does it mean inaction? No, because Krishna says, karmaniyavadhikaraste. It is your right and you have to do your duty. You have to do your duty, but be detached to the results. And never consider yourself to be the cause of the result, because there are so many factors that influence the result. And if you realize that, you'll be at peace. It's not because of me. There must be something. I did my best, right? Now, mate sangostava karmani means never get attached to inaction. Akarmani is inaction. Krishna says never get attached to inaction. What was happening to Arjun? Arjun, he had left his bow and he said, I will not fight. Krishna, I'm not going to fight. That's what he said. Now, when he's saying I'm not going to fight, he's actually not doing his duty. Attachment is positive as well as negative. This is the negative attachment. Why he doesn't want to fight? Because he knows if he fights, his family members will get killed. If he fights, what will happen? His family members will get killed. So he tells Krishna, no, I will not fight. So to avoid, it's a negative attachment. It is an attachment to save his people for his cause, for him, not for Krishna. He is not fighting for himself, so for him. So this is negative attachment. This is negative attachment. So you cannot do a karma inaction. You have to do your duty. You have to do your duty. Do not get detached to your results and never consider yourself to be the cause of the results, because there are so many factors that impacts the results and the cause of something that happens. And never go for inaction. Clear? So this is the meaning of this shlok. We move to the next shlok. Oh, before that, there's a story. Yeah. So the story is on inaction. So once a person like me, who is not like me, I have not yet completed my responsibility. But then yes, a person who had completed all the responsibilities, the kids have got married and done with, so he's in a Vanaprastha ashram. So he has completed all his responsibility and he decides to go to forest. So he tells his children, okay, now enough. I did everything. I'm going to forest. When he started going, his children saw that he's going bare hand. So he said, Father, please take at least dhoti. Take 2 dhotis and go with that. He agreed. He took 2 dhotis and he went to the forest. Now, when he reached the forest, he made a hut for himself. There was a rat that entered the hut. That rat started nibbling on the dhoti. So he said, no, this is, I have to take care of this. So he got a cat to kill the rat so that rats shouldn't trouble him. Now, he got the cat and the rat problem got sorted out. Right? And now, this cat wants milk. This cat wants milk. So he said, what to do? So he somehow managed to get a cow. And then so he kept the cow. Now the milk came, so the cat's problem got sorted out. But then for the cow, he has to give grass and other things to eat. So he started farming a small. So basically, he started farming so that he can feed the cow. So after 1 year, when the kids came, they saw that he established his whole farmhouse. And he said, no. He told his kids, it's all because of you all. I was going bare this thing, but you all did not let me go. Yeah. So it's because of 1 dhoti, this is the condition today. So you cannot go for inactions. You have to do your duty. It's like you're bound like that, right? That's how we are. Yeah. So now we move to the next shlok, shlok number 48. Yogastha kuru karmani Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya Siddhya asiddhyo samo bhutva Samatvam yoga uchyate Yogastha kuru karmani Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya Siddhya asiddhyo samo bhutva Samatvam yoga uchyate. Yeah, so
Yogastha kuru karmani Satya dhananjaya
Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya
Siddha asiddhayo samo bhutva
Siddhya asiddhyo samo bhutva
samatvam yoga uchyate.
Samatvam yoga uchyate. So let's see the meaning. Yoga stha. Stha is situated. Be situated in yoga. Yoga means connection to God. Be situated in that. Kuru karmani, and do your work. And do your work. Sangam tvaktva. Sangam is attachment. Sangam tvaktva. Tvaktva is leave that. Leave the attachment. Dhananjay. Dhananjay is who? Arjun. Oh Arjun. Siddhya asidhya. Success and failure. Samo bhutva. Be some. Be equipoised in success and failure. Samatvam yogochate. And some such equanimity is called yoga. So he is also now giving one more definition of yoga. Krishna is giving one more definition of yoga. So let's read the meaning of it. Perform your duty, equipoised, O Arjun, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such equanimity is called yoga. Yeah. So, let's see here. Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tyaktva Dhananjaya. So basically, in the previous shlok, Krishna had told us that you be detached. Yeah. Now here he is talking about samatvam, equanimity. He's talking about you have to be detached and then you have to be equipoised for success and failure. So that is the second message he is teaching us. Be equipoised for success and failure. So the question is, how to be equipoised? How to be equipoised? For being equipoised, your mind should be controlled. Your mind should be controlled. Then only you can be equipoised. Yeah. And what we learned in the last class, we talked about Bhogeshwarya Prasaktanam Taya Prahita Chetasam Samadhav na vidhiyate. Right? What we learned was Bhogeshwarya Prasaktanam. Those people, those who are attached to Bhog and Aishwarya. Bhog means sense enjoyment and Aishwarya is enjoyment, material opulent enjoyment, that, right? Taya Prahit Chetasam. Chet is your consciousness. Prahat is covered. So when your consciousness is covered by Bhog and Aishwarya, then what will happen? Samadhav. Samadhav is your controlling of mind is not possible. Is not possible. So when my mind, when I'm in, it is going to, it's always thinking about enjoyment. Now think about today's typical schedule or a way we live, right? Our senses, our eyes, either we are working or we are looking at Netflix, something in the TV, either some movie or something. That's how we pass our time. Yeah, it will be something to do with some TV show which is giving us sense enjoyment. That's what we'll do. No one is watching Mahabharata, Krishna, Ramayana. No. We want to do something which is giving enjoyment to our senses, right? Yeah. So eyes is that. What happens to our tongue? Yeah, we want to eat. What do? We want to eat. Not happy with normal food at home, we want to eat out. Yeah. Yeah, always. If not that, order Swiggy. Now we have so many things. It is not only Swiggy, pata nahi, Zomato, so many things are there. So we are not, our senses today is going in all directions. Yeah, we are not happy. We just want to enjoy, right? That's how. Ears should be listening to some very fast music, which is creating bewilderment in the mind. That's how our senses are today. That's how we are today, right? And look at the next generation, the school kids. It's really scary what will happen. Even a small child is with mobile, and the parents feel proud to think that that my child is playing with mobile. Such a harm, right? So basically, this is how we have become. And they're, so this is what. So if you are attached to that, we don't have time. Where is the time for God? Or we'll sleep. Isn't it? So this is what our life has become, right? So if you are attached to that, then we are struggling with where is my time to pray to God? Because we will not have time, because this is the today the normal way of living. It is not whether it's an elderly person, whether it is whether it's a small guy, it's any generation you see. from small to big. That is the typical way. And everyone say, I don't have time. I don't get time to do anything. This is the thing you will keep on listening. Yeah, because everyone is attached to Bhog and Aishwarya. They don't even want to cook food. Right? So this has become this one. So what will happen? How will you get samadhi? How can you get equanimity? You will never get equanimity. So for getting equanimity, you have to have control your senses. What you have to do? You have to control your senses. We go to the next one. It's Krishna is saying that, not me. Yeah. Okay. Then we go to Shlok number 49. Durena hayavaram karma. Buddhi yoga dhananjaya. Buddhau sharanam aniviccha. Kripana phala hetava. Durena havaram karma. Buddhi yoga dhananjaya. Buddhau sharanam aniviccha. Kripana phala hetava. Animesh.
Durena hivaram karma.
Durena havaram karma.
Buddhi yoga dhananjaya.
Buddhi yoga dhananjaya.
Buddhau sharanam anaviccha.
Buddhau sharanam anaviccha.
Kripana phala hetava.
Kripana phala hetava. So let's see the meaning. Durena. Durena means far away. What? Hayavaram karma. Hayavaram is abominable activities. Yeah. So what Krishna says, that keep it far. All the abominable activities, you keep them far distance. And how can we do it? Whatever we talked, that this is what we are doing. What we can do, how we can change that? By Buddhi Yoga. Now, Krishna is giving an answer to it. How can we change? Is by Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi is intelligence and Yoga is connection to God, connection to Krishna. So that when you do that, what will happen by Buddhi Yoga? Dhananjay. Dhananjay is Arjun. Oh, Arjun, you have to keep all this abominable activity, whatever we talked about in the last shlok, all those things you have to keep away. And how you can keep away? By Buddhi Yoga, by concentrating your mind, your intelligence, not mind, your intelligence to God. When you do that, what will happen? You will be able to keep those abominable activities far away. And then what you should do? Buddhau sharanam aniviccha. It means Buddha, by intelligence, sharanam aniviccha. You surrender to God. You surrender to God. Kripana phala hetava. Phala hetava. Phala hetava is the people who enjoy the fruits. Phala hetava. Who enjoy the fruits, who are they? They are kripan. They are miser. They are miser. Those who are enjoying the fruits of their work are actually misers. So what we should do, let's read the English of this. O Dhananjay, keep all abominable activities far distant by devotional service. And in that consciousness, surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are misers. So here Krishna says very clearly that, okay, the answer to the problem that we have, or answer to the the materialistic attitude that we have built, is Buddhi Yoga. Connect to God using your intelligence and surrender to God. And by doing that, what happens? And then he says, those who are enjoying the fruits of their work, who are they? They are misers. He defines them as misers. Yeah. Why he is saying so? Because phala hetave, we talked about if you are enjoying the fruits, it is going to create bondage to us. It will create bondage to us, and we will continue to be in the cycle of birth and death. What will happen? We'll continue to be in the cycle of birth and death. But what we want to do? We want to get liberated. Yeah, get liberated. So if you have that goal, so if we don't want to continue with our cycle of birth and death or go into the lower species, we have no option but to surrender to God and give some time to God. Remember the last class we read this shlok. Neha Bikrama. So here Swalpamasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. Hai na? Swalpamasya Dharmasya. Even if we do some dharma thing, what will happen? Trayate Mahato Bhayat. It will save us from a great danger. What is that great danger? Of falling from human life to lower yoni. So if we don't do that, if we continue, then what will happen? Our probability of going to lower yoni is higher. So we must change the way we live and start spending time with Krishna, God, so that we are able to at least maintain, depending upon how much we surrender, we will get favor from him, right? So this was stood out for 49. Now we go to the next shlok. Now here there's a story. Okay, I think we don't have much time. I'll skip this story. We'll go to 50. Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukrita dushkrite tasmad yogaya yujjasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. Now 50 to 53, we have 4 shloks more. So Krishna explains the benefits of Buddhi Yoga. If we connect to God and if we spend our time and take out in our life, balancing our life, spending time with God, then what is the benefit that we get is what he is talking about. So let's again. Buddhi yukto jahati ha ubhe sukrita dushkrite tasmad yogaya yujjasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. Sumit.
Buddhi yukto jahatiha.
Buddhi yukto jahatiha
Ubhe sukrit dushkrite.
ubhe sukrita dushkrite
Tasmat yoga yujasva.
tasmad yogaya yujjasva
Yoga karmasu kaushalam.
yoga karmasu kaushalam. So here Krishna explains the benefits of Buddhi Yoga. So what it say? Buddhi yukto jahati. Yukto is connected to Buddhi is Buddhi Yoga. When you are connected to Buddhi Yoga, jahatiha. Jahat means it will get rid of. Iha means in this life. Iha means in this life. Ubhe means both. What both? Sukrit and Dushkrit. Our karmic reactions, the good reactions. Sukrita is the good reactions and Dushkrita is the bad reactions. So we talked about, last time we talked about how our bank account works, right? We have the way we are, we have a physical bank account. But how does the karmic bank account works? In karmic, whatever actions, activity that we do, we get a reaction for it. So we have a karmic bank account and we have a spiritual bank account, the other thing. So karmic bank account, we have any positive work we do, we get the good positive reactions. Any negative work we do, we get the negative reaction. So Sukrit is positive reactions, Dushkrit is negative reactions. And what will happen? And if you have to get liberated, our karmic bank account has to be 0. Then only we can move out of this, get liberated, right? So he says, Krishna says, Buddhi yukto jahati ubhe sukrit dushkrite. Both the reactions, the positive as well as the negative, both sukrit and dushkrit, you can actually, it can get nullified. You can get rid of them. How can you get rid of? In this life. Iha means in this life itself we can get rid of them. How can we get rid of them? By Buddhi yukto, by connecting to God, praying to God, and that one. Tasmad yoga yujasva. Tasmad means that's why. Yoga yujasva. Yuj means connect. That's why you get connected to God. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. And kaushal is expertise. And this is the art of work. That is the art of work. If we do that way, that is the art of work. When you connect to God, and then what will happen in this life itself, we can actually get rid of our karmic reactions, right? Yeah. And then what happens? It's like, we have to change. Doesn't mean, the question is how to apply it. Question will come. Not that you have to change what work you do. No. The only change that you have to bring in yourself is your consciousness change. For example, I'll give you a small example. There was a temple that was getting built, right? The supervisor went and asked the first worker, what are you doing? He said, can't you see I'm breaking the stone? He went to the second worker and asked, what are you doing? He said, oh, I'm carrying all these things so that, I get money and I have to take care of my family, right? Then he went to the third worker and I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm building a temple and this is the place where Krishna is going to stay. So I'm giving my best so that Krishna can I can build a beautiful temple so that Krishna can stay comfortably. Yeah. So the work is same. We have to start looking at a different picture. Not that, I am doing, it's the same work you do, but your consciousness should change to that you are doing it for God. Not that, you go, you work, whatever you get, money you get, offer it to God. Take it back from God. Okay, because for my food, I need this much. For my living, I this need. Take it back from God. So what you have done, you have changed your consciousness. Everything has been offered to God. You have worked for the God. You can do Him, but then you are taking it out and doing it for different work, your work, because you have to sustain yourself. You have to do all other work, right? So that's a consciousness change. You have to change our consciousness. Next, 51. Karmajam buddhi yukta hi Phalam tyaktva manishinah Janma bandha vinirmukta Padam gacchantya anamayam Karmajam buddhi yukta hi Phalam tyaktva manishinah Janma bandha vinirmukta Padam gacchantya anamayam. Aisha. Karmajam buddhi yukta hi Phalam tyaktva manishinah Janma bandha vinirmukta Padam gacchantya anamayam. So here Krishna says again, so he talked about the buddhi, he's now talking about the second benefit of doing this buddhi yoga. He says you can actually come out of the Jan Bandh, the birth and death cycle that we are. Not only first he explained about the Sukrit and Duskrit, our karmic reactions, right? Positive and second negative we can do. Now he explains if we do that, what is the second advantage we get? We can actually get liberated. We can come out of this cycle of birth and death. So how is it? Let's read the meaning of it first. By thus engaging in devotional service to the Lord, great sages or devotees free themselves from the results of the work in the material world. In this way, they become free from the cycle of birth and death and attain the state beyond all miseries. So they go back to Godhead. So let's now see the thing. Manishina. Manishina means those who are very intelligent, the great sages. What have they done? They have by buddhi yukta, by attaching themselves to God. What are they doing? And they have phalam tyaktva. Phalam means leaving the phal, results, leaving that. Whatever they have earned, the karma, jan, whatever they have earned, leaving that out, what they have done, they have been able to janma bandha vinirmukta. They have been able to come out of this cycle of janma bandha. And then not only that, they have got padam gacchantya anamayam, and they have achieved the state which is beyond all miseries. Anamayam means miseries. Yeah. And what is the place which is beyond miseries? It is Vaikunt. Kunt means misery. Kunt means miseries, and Vai means a place where there is no miseries. This Vaikunt is a place where there is no miseries. It means by doing that, they have actually reached the place where there is no miseries, right? We go to the next one. There are two more shlokas. I would like to finish this one. So let's go to 52nd shlok. Yada te moha kalilam buddhiva attarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotravyasya shutasya cha yada te moha kalilam buddhi yati tarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotvasya shutasya cha. So here Krishna says the important word is buddhi. Buddhi means by your intelligence. What you have to do? Tarishyati. Tarishyati is to surpass, to cross. By your intelligence, you have to surpass. What you have to surpass? Moha kalilam. Kalilam is dense forest, and moha is illusion. Moha is illusion. By your intelligence, you have to cross the dense forest of illusion. Yeah. Tada. So those who can do that, and when people are able to do that, those who are able to use their intelligence to surpass the dense forest of illusion, then what happens? Then they become whatever Shruti and whatever knowledge they are like, whatever has been heard and to be heard, they become indifferent to it. So what happens is they achieve that stage when they become such, they reach that stage where they are indifferent to other things because they are so much connected to God. Yeah. So did we read the English? No. When your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of delusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard. So this is the last shlok. Shruti viprati yada sthasyati nischala samadhavachala buddhis tada yogam avapsyasi. Shruti viprati yada sthasyati nischala samadhavachala buddhis tada yogam avapsyasi. So this is the fourth benefit that Krishna talks about, which is you get the yog samvasa, you get the divine consciousness. If you connect to God, you get the divine consciousness. So here he says Shruti vipratipanna. That is basically the flowery language, or the flowery language of the Vedas. We talked about the Karma Kand, right? We talked about the Karma Kand. So when you have come out, when your mind is stable because of intelligence, you have controlled your mind because of your strong intelligence. You have controlled your mind. Samadhi, you have reached your Samadhi state, means your intelligence has controlled your mind. Then what will happen? Because of your buddhi, what will happen? And you are away from the, from the flowery language of Veda, the Karma Kand and all that that, it is really doesn't matter. Then what will happen? At that point of time, you will get the divine consciousness. You'll get the divine consciousness. So let's just read this. When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas, and when it remains fixed in the trance of self-realization, then you will have attained the divine consciousness. So we'll just summarize what we have read today. So it's Krishna says, do your prescribed duty with detachment to results. Never consider yourself to be the cause of the results, and never get into inaction. That's the first thing he said. Then he said, perform your duty equipoised, right? Then he says, keep all abominable activities away. And how you can keep away? By devotional service. The stronger your devotional service is there, the farther those things will be there from you. And surrender to Krishna. Then benefits, then it talks about the benefits of Buddhi Yoga. We read in the last 4 shlok. First, if we are doing the Buddhi, if we are connected to God, what will happen? We'll get rid of our karmic reactions. Then we'll get free from the birth and death cycle and attain we'll attain a state which is beyond all miseries. Then we'll become indifferent to the scriptures which talks about the fruitive activities, and we will attain divine consciousness. Yeah. So a small thing I read, I thought I'll share with all of you today. It says, don't start the day with thinking, but start it by thanking the Lord. Don't start your day by thinking, but start it by thanking the Lord. Don't start the day with planning, but start the day with praying. Start the day with praying. Those who start the day with thinking and planning will spend the whole day in anxiety. And those who start the day with thanking and praying, they get the strength to cope up with the various inevitable that comes in our life. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.